Hello, this is Bug News, and today we're going to talk about Tasha K and her background. And please remember, this is for commentary and entertainment purposes only. So Tasha K is a social media blogger. She has millions of followers on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Tasha K government name is Letitia Kebe, and she was born in March in the year of 1982. She was born in Panama City, Florida. In her early life, Tasha K mom was in and out of her life at an early age. During her time in Florida, she was raised by her grandparents and other family members. So basically, she was floating back and forth, I guess, when her mom was there, what have you. Tasha K family communication structure was an MF household, and so a lot of curse words were used. At the age of 8, Tasha K was taken advantage of by a family member. This led to the family member being charged. While growing up, Tasha K's home life was split between her mother's family and Tasha K staying with her mother and stepdad. So basically, like her grandparents and aunts and stuff, they basically, raised her and stuff. And then I guess maybe in the summertime, she went and stayed with her mother and stepfather. Her stepfather was a military person. This allowed Tasha K to leave Florida, live in Texas and Germany as she was growing up, from a young child to teenage years. While staying with her mother and stepfather, Tasha K saw many nights of fussing and allegedly fighting. During Tasha K's involvement with men, she had little trust because of the trauma, in her early life when she was like 8. She mostly allowed men to take care of her while developing during her 20-somethings. At some point in her life, she met her current husband at the Cheesecake Factory. I guess she was a server and he was like a bartender. The two have 2 children together and have been married for many years to date. During their marriage, the couple had a business. So this early on in her marriage, the couple had a business. It was a trucking company, but it failed. And then her husband also was always dabbling into video and in mics and sound. And I guess that was like his other business. But the 2 moved to Hagertown, which is a small mountain town 60 miles outside of the District of Columbia. So the reason that she moved to Hagertown basically was because he was traveling, I guess, up and down the East Coast in various states, so it was easy for him to come home at night if they lived in Hagerstown. During the time in Hagerstown, she worked at restaurants and a radio station. This is where she developed her skills to take and hold an audience. She was never hired as an on-air talent, and we don't know which radio station that she worked for exactly. But I think in Hagerstown, they have like a pop station. They have a couple of, mostly a couple of country stations and rock stations. So we don't know exactly which station she worked on. We don't even know if she ventured out, maybe over to Waynesboro or over to down into the district or Baltimore to take part in those radio stations. We're not sure. But the only reason that she was never had on air talent is because she wouldn't read the promos as instructed. So the way they wanted her to say something, she pretty much did her way. So she was pretty much regulated to the street team. Therefore, she spent most of her time doing street team duty. So street teams had the flyers, they did the remotes, they had the remote sites, and doing promotions that way. Then at that point, I think she was, she said that she would go to internet, but at that time, internet kind of, podcasting and all that stuff was still kind of new. And they were saying all the losers go to the internet, yet, now they're reading a lot of her commentary, allegedly, or, in some cases. But if you notice early on, she did kind of have like a certain structure, how people have on radio in that sense and the timing of that. And it's like, it's hard to see unless you know what you're looking for type of thing. But you can kind of see like, oh, does this person ever work in radio? So here it is. She likes to talk, and it came out that she worked at radio, or at least had some influence in radio, influence from radio. Um, Now, how she got into the vlogging, or doing video, because she never really had a blog site. She, around 2015, what she did was, she loaded up a video on Facebook. I think it was talking about, some celebrity at the time, and it went viral. And then, she came back the next day and was like, oh wow. So she took it down because she was scared. And then, she got back to her husband, and then she was like, oh, it's gone, don't worry about it. Then she did another one because she said it was therapy to her. And that one went viral, and this was on Facebook. So she, as she explained it, that she thought she would not be as visible on YouTube at the time. And when she started to go to YouTube, she said she still generated money, but she didn't know she was generating money, because YouTube then, you would generate money automatically. And she said she had money there, and that's where she's been. Mostly her content is on YouTube. She may every now and then do Instagram and other things now, because those platforms, you kind of have to do all the platforms, even if you're chopping it up, to stay relevant. But while she was on YouTube, her fans helped her brand her name Unwind with Tasha K. So this is Bug News with some background information that you may not have known, or doing some research on Tasha K. And then we hope this aids you in your research. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, and thank you very much.